Are you saying that the brain is being rewired? Like
Yes.
new connections in your brain? Is it like when people have a brain fog?
I wouldn't have stumbled on it if it hadn't been for my son, my oldest son, who had severe concentration difficulties. So I had to find a way to help him.
Maria Moell Lundqvist is one of just 9 people worldwide teaching others the Tomatis Method. She gained media attention in Europe and Scandinavia, training hundreds of practitioners and helping thousands of people worldwide. Who is this good for?
High-functioning professionals, like they want to push their limits a bit. They want to get ahead with, as I said, less effort. Tomatis is a brain training method that processes music to train the brain to perform better, to handle information better, those sensory information. And Tomatis trains your brain to focus.
This method helps concentration, sleep, motivation, mood, language skills, and artistic abilities.
You reach like 80% of your entire brain volume with sound.
So how different is this to speech language therapy?
Do you want to try?
Sure. So does New Zealand government pay for this kind of work?
Yes, in some cases.
Okay, I've got so many questions now. Quick one. Mina here. Thank you for watching this episode. I appreciate you. Thank you for all your support. One thing that you can do for me is to please hit the subscribe button below. A lot of people who come and watch this podcast or listen to the podcast are not subscribers. And so we're trying to increase our subscriber base. We are wanting to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I promise you that if you hit subscribe, I'm going to work hard to make sure that my episodes are really good, that will get better and better. So, do we have a deal?
My oldest son, who had severe concentration difficulties, so I had to find a way to help him. And Tomatis did. And while he was going through the program, I decided I want to do it too. And then my other son got it too. And then my ex-husband, and then my present husband. And then, you find something good and you just talk about it. And it was, in fact, the experience was so incredible that I decided I left my big corporate job and corner office and company car and to take the method to Scandinavia, because it was all over the world except Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and New Zealand. But I took it to Stockholm first, and then I made sure it was spread to the other Scandinavian countries. It's a French method originally, created by a French ear, nose and throat doctor and surgeon. And, I took it to Scandinavia. I started the first center there, big center, 500 square meters. We had 14 staff and did massive work there. And then in 2012, I decided to move to New Zealand.
You're one of the only 9 people in the world who can teach Tomatis.
Yes. There are 9 of us who are licensed trainers. Everybody knows. If you look into yourself and look at the people around you, there's a tremendous anxiety and stress built up in our society now. And concentration, focus issues, I would say one of the number one things, because our lives are so fragmented, and most people, I would say, find it really difficult to focus and concentrate. And Tomatis trains your brain to focus. As I said, without effort, you use the equipment. After that, you have acquired a skill.
Why people struggle to concentrate?
Lots of things, like uncertainties. It could be worries. It could be lack of sleep. It could be like mobile phones and all these social media is just intervening. The phone is ringing all the time. Like, we're not having that quiet moments anymore. It's all fragmented. Time is fragmented, and now our brain craves this constant
Dopamine hit.
Yeah, dopamine. Yeah, exactly. And the Tomatis Method will actually counteract that and teach your brain to focus again, because we should all learn that from, that's an acquired skill for focus. It's not something you're born with. It's an acquired skill, and you can get that skill back. As you listen to music in special headphones, very high quality special headphones, and the sound is coming through the right ear, the left ear, and also through vibrations on the skull, through the skull. And what I do as a Tomatis consultant specialist, I program the equipment so that there are 3 filters applying to the music this way and 3 filters coming this way. And these are interacting, they're changing in a specific way that I program. So there were time delays between the switching. So it's a complex there's a complex way of presenting this sound stimulation to the brain. And the brain will realize, I haven't heard anything like this before. Let's figure out how it works. That's what your brain is thinking unconsciously. And then it tries, and then sometimes it thinks it got it, and then you get a dopamine kick. And then it said, oh, no, that wasn't right. I try again. And by doing this in a very specific way and doing it like day by day, a little more challenging, a little more advanced every day for 14 days, you are training your brain to focus and feel the joy of being able to, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it again. Yeah. No, not yet. Oh, yeah, there you go. So that's what's happening. And then after 14 days, 1 hour per day, listening to beautiful music. Well, and you can sleep through it if you want, or you can read, or you can work, or you can do something. Not drive a car though. You can't do something. No machinery, but you can do some office work or sleep. And that's it. Then you have a pause. You do it again. You do it twice more, and then you have a lasting effect. That's a standard program. That's what I do for professional excellency, or when I work with executives, because there's nothing wrong with them, but like just with me, there was nothing wrong. But yeah, could I improve tenfold? Yes, I could. I could just massively become better in what I was doing, and with less effort, and being happy about it. So, what's not to love?
Can you quantify the benefits? Can you actually measure the before and after performance of people?
Yeah, we can. It's very individual. I would interview you and ask you what your current situation is, and it could be everything like, I started to read I could take in text like a page in a glass. That's great. It helped. Yeah, I could read like 100 pages of documents and then write a report. Now we have ChatGPT, of course, but like I felt like ChatGPT by the being able to process information like a lot quicker. A lot quicker. I'm talking about me still. This is not everyone will notice this.
This is the main crux of it.
Yeah.
Being able to, your brain works faster.
Yeah, it works faster, and you clear out the dust in the corners and the little blockages and the cobwebs lying here and there. You just clean up a bit, take some, that was a scenic route. Let's take the highway instead. Okay, clean up, train that, reinforce that.
When you say clean up, what are we cleaning up here?
Bad habits, ineffective pathways in your brain.
So are you saying that the brain is being rewired? Like
yes.
New connections in your brain?
Yeah.
What's
definitely.
that term called?
Sorry, what?
The term neuroplasticity.
Yeah, absolutely. That's neuroplasticity in a nutshell. And I could mention, if you want to read more about Tomatis, in a really scientific way, you have The Brain's Way of Healing. It's a great book by Dr. Norman Deutsch. And he explains sound and the importance of sound for brain health and performance in this book. So there's an entire chapter about sound, 70 pages, I believe. And he explains it really well, this neuroplasticity effect of sound, quality sound.
So
sound.
what you're saying is what we listen to can help change our brain.
Well, yes. And, well, to be honest, everything you do and hear and see and do and think changes your brain.
But you want the good things that changes your brain.
Yes. Humans consume a lot of music because we feel it has an effect on us. The difference between your favorite music and the what you normally listen to and the Tomatis is that it's completely new to your brain. Your brain has never heard anything like this before because of the filters. Yeah. And that is what's creating new pathways. Otherwise, it's just going here and like, okay, same old thing, same old thing, same old thing. You take the same route. But if you present something new and exciting, then like, wow, what do I do with this? Okay, I store it here. Wow. And then you reach like 80% of your entire brain volume with sound.
Well, is there a disorder called auditory processing disorder?
Well, that's a diagnosis. That's the diagnosis if something is really wrong, your ability to process like auditory information.
Which obviously this method helps with.
Yes, it does. We do work with many individuals, children and adults with a diagnosis like that, but that's not the thing. The diagnosis is not the thing. What we as Tomatis consultants work with, what I work with is helping identify the auditory obstacles and then put a training program through the music that will improve those
so this this method helps concentration, sleep, motivation, mood, language skills, and artistic abilities.
Yeah. The difference with the Tomatis method is it trains your brain to function better. Without that music to concentrate, like once you learned it, it's a learned skill. But any learned skill needs maintenance. If you don't walk, for example, your muscles will deteriorate and you can't walk anymore. But you need to keep it up. And the beauty with the Tomatis method is once your brain is processing sound in a better way and it's reaching all the little corners of your brain and stimulates a lot, make sure that it's alive and active. Once you finish the program, you listen to your music, your soprano, your Gregorian chant, whatever, and it will reinforce, but in the good way, the way it should be used, not the little corners that shouldn't be used for a specific task. So you just reinforcing and maintaining that better functioning. It's the optimal training program that you maintain. You can't stop yourself from having sounds, can you?
So like how often does someone has to do this? Like you've have to take over doing this program. Do you have to do this every day? Do you listen to the same music every day or different music every day?
No, it's different. The filters will be different every single track.
Actually, what I found like it's quite interesting because the music changes in pitch and it would make my brain go, oh, there's a change, there's something going on, so concentrate. So I can see how people, if they listen to this for so long, are able to have their brain get trained into, just like focus and concentrate on what's going on. And the music is quite nice. It's stuff that people have listened to in the past.
I mean, we have 60 years of research and studies backing this up. There's lots. I've done a big study in Sweden with just burnout rehabilitation, stress and burnout rehabilitation. With that, we did together with Swedish Ministry of Health, Swedish health insurance, Swedish health insurance, the equivalent of that, and also a private insurance company. And I worked with 100 people who were on sick leave because of stress, severe stress. And we did a big study, measured, standardized questionnaires and measured. And after 6 months, they had finished the program. Many of them were back to work. After 6 months, a 6-month follow-up, we had the majority back to work, the same job as before, not something else, although being on sick leave for severe stress.
So what type of music do people listen to through it?
I use a lot of Mozart. I use Gregorian chant. You mentioned that. I use some marches, some waltzes, classical music.
Interesting.
Rich in harmonies, like high frequencies harmonies. So beautiful, relaxing music.